45 minutes, only intended to be 45 minutes, an hour long max. So today we're going to keep it nice and tight. I know Tracy, your family, you've got things that you do need to be doing as well. I'm sure Corinne, you've got things to be doing as well. So we're going to hit the ground running. So we're live on Facebook. Let me just make an announcement. If you are watching on Facebook and you want to join us live here inside of Zoom, then there's a link on Facebook. Just click on that, join us here inside the growth room. Let me just let you know that on Facebook, all you will see is just me. You'll not see any other participants, and you'll also not see the slides as well that I'm going to take these amazing people through here inside of Zoom. And also, if you're just watching from the shadows inside of Facebook, equally as well, you're not going to get laser coaching. You're not going to get hot seated, so we can't serve you to the depths and levels that we'd like to. Okay, so let me just make sure I've got my relevant screen open and we can jump in. Also, just close down a few tabs that I do not need. I do not need you. Okay. All smiles. That's nice. Okay, so if you're new here, I know you guys are not, but if you're watching me live on Facebook, if you are new here, this is what I call the growth room. And I have committed to doing 10 days of live mentorship free with me, Andy Medlam. So if you've never heard of me before, I've been doing this for over 10 years. And what I mean by doing this is that I've been working with high value, high level coaches, consultants, experts in order to help them to package their gift, their knowledge and their wisdom into an irresistible offer that they can go into the marketplace and sell with ease and sell at a price point that puts a smile on their face. For example, I've had clients package their offer into a 2K package. They've been happy with that and they've been able to sell that. I've been able to package clients' offers into 5K, 8K, 15K, 18K, and they've been able to sell it. So that's the type of thing we do. And if you can sell things at that level, then you can very easily do 5-figure months, which puts some nice money in people's bank accounts. So that's me in a nutshell. Let's move forward. How this is going to work, we're going to cover 7 to 12 minutes of focused micro training. And then once we've gone through that, anybody that's got any questions, we can open mics and you've got the free for all to ask any question around anything to do with anything to do with signing clients. Now, there's a lot of things around that. So you might want to talk about DM conversations, prospecting, building any back-end sequence out, marketing messages, offer creation, delivery, whatever it may be, whatever you're stuck on, whatever you need to know answers to, then that's the time where you can get some laser coaching from me. Today's mini coaching is how to get market attention. If we can't get market attention, then anything that we do outside of that is just going to be dead wood. It's just going to be a waste of time because ultimately you need to be able to get market attention, be able to get into a conversation, to be able to channel them wherever you want to channel them, ideally through what we covered yesterday, going through cold, lukewarm, warm, hot, to get them into a position where they're potentially ready to buy. But if we can't get the market attention, then we can't convert them. So it's important that we can get market attention. So I've created a fancy, really sexy, really well designed triangle, which I just grabbed off Canva, obviously. And then I've just stuck 3 words onto it. And I'm just going to walk and talk you through this because these 3 words are uber. That's a word I've never used before, but like really, really critical to getting the marketplace attention. And I'm going to talk about the first one on the left-hand side, which is desire. Desire. So what I mean by this is when I see most coaches, in order to be able to get marketplace attention, you need to have a marketing message that is hitting the marketplace's desire. So let me give you an example around this. Most people, when they're crafting their marketing message, They're speaking to people's pain points, pain point marketing, and they're beating people up inside their marketing, making them feel bad with inside their marketing message. And if you're getting trodden on inside a marketing message, if somebody's really making you feel bad about you've not done this, and you've not done this, and you've not done this, and you've not done this, like that's not really incentivizing you to pay time on that marketing message. And it's not really making the person that's created that marketing message desirable to want to hang around more, because you're beating them up. You're not giving them a good experience. So what you need to be doing is you need to be speaking to the marketplace's desire. What do they desire to step into? What do they desire to have? Now, again, what most people are doing with inside their marketing, and let me just welcome Vicky into the room. Not seen you for a while, so it's good to have you here on a Saturday afternoon when I know you could be doing a lot more stuff with Scott. So I appreciate you. So most people, they're selling also as well. Most people are selling what they believe that the marketplace needs. And what you want to be doing is you need to be selling to what your marketplace actually wants, what their biggest desire is. So I see life coaches or spiritual coaches or any coach like selling manifestation or selling journaling or selling that they're a master at hypnotherapist, or selling tapping, EFT, whatever it may be, that, and they're saying that you need these things in order to get the result. Now, they might be the things that your marketplace needs in order to have the transformation. And they might be some of the things that you do with a client once a client enrolls with you, once a client invests in working with you. Those are some of the trainings and features that you would actually take a client through. But you don't sell them up front, because that's not sexy for your marketplace. So you don't sell what they need, you tell them what they want. Have you heard that before? Yes, sell them what they need, not sell. Say, I'm getting confused with it now. Sell them what they want, not what they need. You give them what they need once they invest in you, but you need to sell the desire, the thing they want to step into, their ultimate goal. And that's for you to figure out what that may be, what that is, what that looks like, what that sounds like. That's for you to figure out. You know your marketplace better than anybody else. Okay, so figure that out and inject that into your content, because that's going to be more desirable to your marketplace. This working each and every day trying to get this thing that they can't get, right? And then so if you position that in front of them and you make it situational, so you can tie that into their situational life on a day-to-day basis, some of the things that they're going through, some of the things that they're trying to step into and create, then that's going to be more attractive, magnetic in your marketplace. So also look at as well, let me give you an example. And I sent this out to my email list earlier on today as a story. So a long time ago, somebody dropped inside my DMs and they said, Andy, I've been following you for a while, love what you're doing, love like your client testimonials and everything. I want to pick your brain. I hate that. I hate it when somebody jumps inside my DMs saying I want to pick my brain. So anyway, I said, okay, what is it you want to pick? What is it you want to know? And we were live chatting. He came straight back to me and he says, well, I want to, I am trying to fill my my program with premium clients. I am working hard. I've tried everything. Nothing seems to be working. So I'd just like to pick your brain. So I went straight back to him. I said, honestly, the level of problem that you're stuck in and the desired outcome that you want, I think you need more than picking my brain. I can't solve that problem in just 10 minutes and over a quick chat. So he came straight back to me and says, well, what is it that you suggest? I went straight back to him and I says, well, I suggest a VIP day where we'll spend a full day together. And within inside that day, I'll show you exactly what you need to do to fill your program with high-paying clients with a strategy that's simple, that doesn't take all day to do it. I gave him exactly what he told me that he wanted. I spoke to what his desires were, not what his needs were. So I didn't go back and say, well, you need this, you need this, you need this, and you need this, which most people would do. He told me what he wanted. So I literally, within 5 minutes, just held up a mirror and just reflected back to him exactly what he told me that he wanted, his desire. And he says, how much is that going to be? I says, that'll be 2,000. I'm in the UK, right? So not dollars, £2,000. And he came back and says, it's a little bit much than what I thought, but it makes sense. Send me a link. Simple sales. And all I did, he told me exactly well, this is what I want to pick your brain over. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm struggling with. So I just reflected back to him exactly what he wants, and that's what I would give him in a VIP day. Easy sale. I sold the desire that he told me that he wanted. Does that make sense? So think about your marketplace's desire. What is it ultimately that they're wanting? What's their big goal that they want, that they're trying to step into, achieve? And reflect that back to the marketplace. Now, it's important that there's a demand in the marketplace for the thing that you're selling. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday and they said, Andy, nobody else is doing this in my marketplace. No, there's nobody else I know that's doing this. And that, for me, created red flags. I was like, seriously? Like, nobody else is doing this in the marketplace. If nobody else is doing this in the marketplace, you can't be the only person in the world, in the entire world, that's ever thought about doing this and to solve a problem that nobody else has tried solving this way before. Like, we've never just gone first, right? There's always other people who've gone before us. And so everything's already been tried. There's nothing new in the marketplace. We're not inventors. We're just coaches. We're business owners. So if there's not a demand for the thing that you're doing in the marketplace, then you're going to have struggled to sell it. So make sure there's a high demand for the thing that you're wanting to sell, for your offer. I also just want to go back to desire for a little bit as well, because this comes back to how you create your offer, making your offer desirable. So a few years ago, a lady came to me from Israel called Mo. I think I showed her a testimonial yesterday, and she did $18,000 in the first, I think 40 days. And she says to me, Andy, I'm already selling at $5,000. I find it easy to sell a $5,000 offer, which is cool. She says, I know I've got a $15,000 package inside of me. I just don't know how to package that, what that looks like, and then also how to sell that. She says, but this is what I want. And these are her own words, right? These are not my words. These are her words. She says, I want to make it that juicy that when my female clients or potential clients see it or hear it or look at it, it makes their panties wet. That's exactly how she framed it to me. I was like, okay, let's do that. So we packaged a 5K offer into a 15K offer, how to pitch that, how to frame that, how to position that. And then on her first call, she didn't sell it at $15,000 because the guy hesitated, and she buttled a little bit under pressure, which is fine. But guess what? She sold it for $12,000. And guess what? Paid in full, upfront, in advance, on the call. Because the way that it was packaged, it was desirable. It was jaw dropping. It created the experience exactly what she wanted. where our audience, they were salivating. There were high demand for it. Let's now have a look at the bottom section, certainty. Certainty, showing up in the marketplace with absolute certainty that the thing that the marketplace demands and the desire that you are showcasing to the world that they want, that you can show with 100% certainty that you can deliver on that result. Because if you're not showing up with 100% certainty that you can deliver on that result with inside your expertise, then the marketplace is going to hesitate to invest in you because they'll be able to sense that hesitation. They'll be able to sense that you're kind of like holding yourself back. They'll be able to see that you're not really playing at the full level, if that makes sense. The marketplace can sense it. If you're not showing up with inside your full expertise, it's like I read people's posts and I can see like they're not like 100% certain in actually what they're saying here. And it sticks out a mile to myself. I can see it. I can feel the energetics behind it. Because how you show up online or how you create your marketing message, the words that you inject into your marketing message, and the energy in which you project your marketing message is the same energy in which your marketing message is received. So if you're not showing up the right level of energetics with inside your and showcasing certainty with inside your expertise, your marketplace will feel that low level energetics. So I believe that is the mini training, micro training done. Has that been insightful? Has that been useful? Is that something that you can pick up and start thinking about? Okay, well, what is my marketplace biggest desire? Is there a demand for it? And is this something that I can show up fully with inside my expertise in order to be able to showcase my marketplace that I can help them, I can serve them on this? Coolio, coolio. So live sessions. Let's stop sharing my screen. Let me just do something that I didn't do yesterday. And I'm just going to jump on Facebook and see if there's any questions. I should have actually done everybody. Never mind, I'll do that later on. Okay, so who's got any questions around maybe what we just covered, or maybe around what I covered yesterday, and maybe you've had time to think about it, and it's like, okay, well, that's interesting, I understand, but you wanted to dig a little bit deeper, you have a question on that, or something new that you want to get a question answered on. The floor is yours. Anything to do with sales, Tracy? I know you're going to shoot, so let's bring you to the floor
Yeah,
first.
well, I just realized I had went in to some groups like you had suggested
Yes.
yesterday when we first hopped on here. And I think I have realized, I know I told you about how we've like, pastored and done stuff for like 25
Mhm.
years. I think I've really realized when I went into another group today and seen that post that I have been so long, which is good, doing just like motivational and encouragement, that I feel like most of my posts run that direction and they're not just point blank out to be able to sell. And I've realized I think I maybe don't know how to make the post like I need to make. I think I really need to work on that.
Well, that's a great insight, right? That's a great awareness to find that out now and not go another month, 6 months, still doing the same thing. So that's super cool. So when you say that you need to figure out or find out, what type of post are you thinking about?
Well, like the ones to sell my program and just how to word it. I mean, this lady today was just introducing herself and she was just straight to the point, what she is and what she does. She didn't add a bunch of the fluff in with it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So when it goes to, you see, all depends on your current audience and where your current audience are. And there's always going to be different people at different stages within inside your audience, as we covered yesterday, right? So if you are on a launch, and let's say that you're on a 30-day launch, or so over the next 30 days, you want to be able to take people from cold to lukewarm to warm to hot, then we've got to understand the dynamics of what and the psychology of the content and the types of content that you need to get out in order to be able to transition people through those phases. So, first and foremost, your marketplace potentially right now, so think about this as like a week's worth of content where you can just solely just focus on this. Your marketplace right now, they're trying to solve a problem. And they're running around trying to solve their problem doing this. And that's potentially the wrong thing that they need to be doing. But they believe that they need to be doing this. And what you know to need to be true is that they need to be doing this. So that means that your marketplace right now, they are the problem aware, but they're not solution aware. And what you need to do is you need to shift their belief and shift their thinking that, hey, you think that this is the problem that's stopping you from getting this. Well, in actual fact, this is the real problem. If you can shift their belief and shift their focus to identifying that this is the problem and not this, then you're going to grab their attention. So it's making the marketplace making the marketplace problem aware and shifting their attention on the real problem.
Makes sense.
Yes?
Yeah, because I feel like I know it's not, but I feel like when you're not helping like businesses or helping stuff, I feel like it's harder for me to reach the level to just try to put the kind of post out. Because, like I said yesterday, most of the women's just so stuck in survival mode and overwhelmed. They're just trying to get out of that. So, yeah, I need to learn how, I think, to put that in words better, how I can help them.
Absolutely. Um, so I've got a client right now who's in the relationship space, and she's got 420 people just joined a challenge that's starting on Monday. Every marketplaces, there's people that's got a desire, there's a command in the marketplace, and there's people already showing up with expertise to serve them. Not necessarily all in business. Not not all marketplaces are business marketplaces, right? There's relationship, there's health, there's fitness. My partner is a fitness coach. Now she's not in business, but she attracts high profile people into her program, and the result that is that she's selling is not business related. So again, just go to what's their desire. Is there a big demand in the marketplace for this? Is this something that I can show up to serve in my expertise? And then just you need to understand, well, again, what we talked about yesterday, what is their desire? Yeah, and just speak to it. Just speak to the problem and then speak to their desire.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, and I know it's easier said than done, right? Especially when you're developing the skill set, you've never done it before.
Right.
So what I can do, what I'm willing to do after this, I'll drop you a simple framework that you can follow, right, in DMs, to create so you've got some kind of type of a structure to follow.
Oh, thank you. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, my pleasure, Tom. No problem. Have you got any other questions?
No, I don't want to hold your time, but yeah, I just really got some awareness on that this morning.
Yeah.
So I appreciate.
You
Yeah.
know, that's great. If I helped you to get that awareness yesterday, I've saved you time. And if we save you time from spending more time doing that, then we speed up the process to actually gain you to where you want to go and need to go to move forward.
Yeah,
Because
I
we,
would love to find some pages, with the coaches that do, like the fitness or the health, just something different and kind of see what they do. I think I'm going to start searching some of those
yeah,
pages as well.
yeah, 100%. Cool. Excellent. I'm going to say something else before I might have to just circle back to it. I can't remember, but thank you for showing up again. Corinne, Vicky, who's next? Who's got any questions?
Yeah, I have two questions.
Uh-huh.
It's funny because I wanted to ask you exactly about what you talked today.
Okay, good.
I'm redoing everything, my LinkedIn bio, my webpage, my bio. And I've read a lot of marketing books. Some say start with the pain point or with what you offer and then go to, the section about you. Other
Yeah,
authors say start with about you and then say what you can do. From your
yeah.
experience, which is the better approach?
Right, all approaches work, but I think that so many people are being bombarded, hitting with the pain so much that it's like it's market fatigue,
Hmm.
and they're living with the pain. They want to be elevated. Like, do you want to always be keeping them in the pain, speaking to the pain, or do you want to keep them where they're stuck, or do you want to elevate them? Do you want to keep them? Do you want to hit them with the pain, or do you want to activate them? You want to activate them, right? You want your marketplace to know where they want to go, not where they've been stuck for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that you can't touch on the pain points. Touch on the pain points. Allow them to see that you know where they're at, but you need to be able to activate them.
Okay, and should I start with, okay, this is who I am, this is what I can do, and then describe who they are, the ideal client, or start with the
Right.
client? Are you in this
Start with the
position?
client. Start
Okay.
with the client because right now, if they've never heard of you before, Corinne, there's no trust there. There's no relationship there. So they don't give two hoots about you just yet. As we talked about yesterday, if they're called marketplace, all they care, they don't know about your offer, they don't know about you, they don't trust you, they've never heard before about you. So all they care about is themselves. And that's like so be it, right? They're selfish and so they should be. So start with them. Start with them. If you start with you, it's all about you. Start with them, you make it about them. All they care about right now is themselves. So start with themselves. Start with them.
Okay, and the second question is also about posts. So you can send me also that framework, it would help. The question is, I work with everything from, nutrition, relationships, businesses, addictions, everything. And my coaching is very surgical. Like I really, go into your head and see what's happening that causes you to have that behavior. It's hard to make a general post from, a very unique experience.
Okay. So remember what we talked about yesterday and the day
Hmm.
before? You're going to be helping leaders. You're going to help in startup growth companies to be able to inject the right team in order for them to have that desired growth inside their business. So where would we need to speak about fitness, about health, about everything else that you can coach them on?
No, 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 forget about that. I mean, in general, like I work with entrepreneurs about on hiring people, on assessing people on different types of things.
Hmm.
But that's in the training uh, part of what I
Hmm.
do. In the coaching part, it's really again surgical. It's very individual.
Okay. So, so he's speaking about your marketing message.
Yeah, yeah. About those posts, general posts, kind
Okay.
of like Tracy was asking.
Right. Okay. So you want to speak about their desires because maybe fitness, health, and everything else is not the thing that they're thinking about. It's that maybe the thing that they need, they might have put some weight on over the last 5 years, so they're feeling a little bit sluggish as they're trying to build their business and have this growth business. So they're not as power dynamic as they need to be, and they're not performing and functioning or optimized at the level they need to be in order to have this growth business and manage a team. So, but they're not probably thinking, I need to lose weight in order to grow my business. All they're thinking about is the desire, which is to grow their business and have this 2.5 million growth. So I wouldn't bring that into the marketing.
Yeah, forget about that. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe, okay, if I'm not understanding your question, maybe you need to rephrase it a different way.
Think about an example. So let's say, okay, for example, I worked with an executive. She was really kind of like came out in the discussion, overwhelmed in burnout. We worked deeper to see the beliefs that and the fear that was driving her to always,
Yeah,
do more. And that's really like really surgical to see how the
yeah.
person is thinking, what is driving them. How do you translate that into a general post?
Right. Okay. So again, you need to speak to you're not going to tell them that like what you would do is surgical and you're going to get into their brain and like really extract and unpick
Because
and do
it's a
all.
different fear for different person. Like one people is overachieving because of this desire and fear, or
Yeah.
triggers from childhood or whatever. It's different for another person, but the process is similar, like going deep,
Right.
seeing what
Okay.
drives the
Okay.
behavior.
So so your offer needs to be speaking to a specific person that's dealing with this specific problem. Because if there's all these different people and they all need um, different fears and everything else, then your marketing message then becomes too scattered because you're trying to speak to too many different people, too many different problems. You want to focus on just one big one big marketing hierarchy message.
So
So
okay,
for example,
can I ask you?
I wouldn't be speaking to I would, if my offer is to help a CEO that's in a startup company, I wouldn't be speaking to everybody else. I will be beating the drum each and every day about the CEO, this in a growth business. I wouldn't be speaking to the executive that's in
Okay.
burnout because now you're speaking to a different audience and now you're selling two packages.
So you go this micro, like really just one.
Yes,
Okay, good. I
you've
got
got
it.
one offer. If you remember on the first session, go all in on selling one offer and master that. Be known for that offer, for generating this result. Be known for you helping accelerating startup growth companies to go from 500,000 to 1.5 million in 6 months or in 12 months, whatever it may be. Become known for that. So that means your marketing message, same for yourself, Tracy, that means for your marketing message that each and every day you're beating the drum, the same message all the time, but just different scenarios, different ways of injecting it, different um, avenues that you can get to. This is where you need to be creative, but you're just beating the drum all day, every day about that same thing. So you become known for that. Then that's going to make it easy for you, Tracy, to get 5 clients the next 30 days at $500 because they've now experienced more of the same content over a period of 30 days. You suddenly become known for that. But if you are speaking to different people, now your marketing message is mixed up in the world. One day you're talking about this and you're talking to them. One day you're talking about this and you're talking to them. So the marketplace becomes confused. Well, what is it that Corey naturally does? Because it's like it seems to be all over the place. If you look at what I do, I'm just constantly speaking about helping clients close 5-figure months, signing clients, building a coaching business. And there's layers to
Thank
the
you.
message as well, right? There's layers to the message. So I can talk about leadership. I can talk about prospecting. I can talk about sales. I can talk about marketing because it all matters to their desired outcome. So there'll be layers to yours as well. You can talk about this. You can talk about this. You can talk about this to help them to get to their desired outcome. It's your body of work. Like prospecting is part of my body of work. Leadership is part of my body of work. Um, Energetics is part of my body of work. Sales conversation is part of my body of work that I've mastered. Systems is also a part of my body of work. And then it's reflecting how your body of work helps them with their desired outcome. Does that make sense, or is that a little bit like, not
No,
sure?
no, it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, Tracy, for yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like I have the same message I put in all of my posts. I just don't
Yeah,
feel like I'm saying it really from a selling point of what they need.
yeah.
I feel like I've done it this way for so long. Um, Gosh, I feel like I just sometimes feel stuck on what to do and
I think like if you feel as though your marketing message is kind of like on point with what we talked about today and yesterday, um, it's maybe a case of you've just got the right message, but the wrong audience that it's landing on.
yeah, and it's like Colin mentioned as well. Sometimes maybe I tell kind of like my story form first.
Yeah,
And I have been thinking about that because I'm thinking, boy, it takes me to the middle of the post to get to the point. I think of what it is I want to do to help.
yeah. Try and get to the point as quickly as you can, because people are um, attention span of people these days, as you know, is not as long. That's why short form reels are amazing. Um, So yeah, try to not beat around the bush too often. Try to get to the point as quick as you can because it'll keep their attention a lot more. But like your hero story journey post, your backstory is one of the first things that somebody should really experience of you because that's going to really get their attention. Because it's succinct and it's relatable and relevant to them.
Yeah, I think I'm just having trouble learning the different posts, like I said, from pastor in 25 years and just encouraging.
Yeah,
And everybody's always like, we love your post. We love to read your stuff every day. But I'm thinking,
yeah.
but it's not, they'll love to read my post, but it's not, yeah, I think I'm not, I need to learn to do it different
It's
as
not
well.
bringing the fruits, right? So
Yeah,
again, chances are more than likely you've got the right message, but just the wrong audience that's consuming your message. So you're not going to activate the wrong audience, even though they
right,
like it and they love it and it's motivational. They're not going to invest. So it's important that we get
right,
that right message in front of the right people.
right.
That just might be the one thing that you need to do, and it goes boof.
Yeah, because I don't feel like I just have to quit doing motivational stuff too. But when it comes to the coaching, it needs to be
Yeah,
its own thing.
yeah. People need motivating, absolutely 100%. But also people need activating. But if you can't activate the people that just they're not the right audience, unfortunately.
Right.
So it needs to be that perfect market message match. And when you've got that perfect market message match, that's when things will the dynamics of your business will be totally different. And that's when people will reach out to you. That's when people will be dropping comments underneath saying, wow, you know me better than I know myself. You're inside my head. um, that's when you'll see a shift. And then
Yeah,
that's
because
when,
people's always like, oh, that's totally me. Oh, that's me. But then like I said yesterday, it's not the group that can invest. So yeah, I
yes,
need to definitely get in front of a different audience as well.
yeah, 100%, 100%. So again, spend time finding those audiences and then get into those audiences with your backstory. Cool, excellent, fantastic. Um, Corinne, any other questions? No, fantastic. Okay, so tomorrow, there's no call tomorrow, but I'm going to be continuing on Monday. If you have any other questions or something else you want to ask on Monday, there'll be another training, so feel free to show up then. And we'll wrap this up now, and you can obviously go and do what you do. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Any questions that you want to drop inside DMs and ask, feel free, and I will drop you those that framework for creating content your way as well.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks,
Cool.
Tracy.
My
Yes,
pleasure. Speak
thank
to
you.
you both
You guys
later.
have a great weekend.
You too.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.